All right, market is open. So we're making a little move down. See how we react to this overnight low. Maybe get a nice little retest. Unfortunately, my normal chart trader is not working. Their website is having some sort of outage, so it's gonna make trading a little harder today, but we're still gonna make it work. Use your code for a 25K Funny Ticks account. Gonna try them out. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. I hope they work out well for you. Hopefully we can get some good price action today too, so you can start making some progress on that. Can you break them down one more time? Absolutely. Which part? Or just like all of it? I'll just go through like all of it or most of it. But yeah, definitely let me know if you have any questions. Basically, oops, meant to hold up. All right, I'll look at the 25K account specifically as well. Brandon, welcome back. Yeah, for the 25K. Yes, for sure, for sure, for sure. So, max trailing loss, which is end of day, is $1,000. Profit target is $1,500. Minimum trading days 3. Consistency 40%. Max contracts 2. Blue line theory, potentially. So far we got some wicks in both directions. Let's see if we get like a retest here. Maybe close better than that if we're gonna do the retest. We do have a 5-minute bear flag kind of playing out, so that's something. Sorry, I got distracted. But 25K count. I guess that's about it. There's no activation fee, obviously, and that's all for like the evaluation stage. And then once you're funded, the max end of day loss is 1,000. So again, end of day, still end of day. And there's no minimum days. There's no consistency rules. There's nothing after you're funded. And the weekly reward cap is $5,000. So every time you qualify for payout 5 trading days of $150 in profit or more. And you have to reach like the buffer, which I think is just the $1,000 of your loss limit. So yeah, once you reach the buffer of $1,000 plus the 5 trading days of $150 plus, then you can get a payout of up to like 60% of your account balance, I'm pretty sure, or like your profit. And you can do a maximum of $5,000. But chances are you're probably not going to reach that on the 25K account unless you start scaling up. But hopefully that answers most of the questions. I was paper trading and had a market order yesterday at 3 and I didn't put a stop loss or take profit and didn't low. Woke up and I was like, oops, I'm in a position, but ended up at 3,600. Jeez. That is nice that was the end result even. That was just paper trading. But also I definitely wouldn't use that as a reason to do that again. I feel like my luck, it would be the opposite. I'd wake up to negative 3,000. Also, I might be going crazy, but I swear there's like CPI today or something. But now I'm not seeing it. It's not next week either. Did they just like get rid of it? Gotcha. Just the 115 profit have to be 6 days in a row? No, it doesn't have to be in a row, and also only it's 5 days. So like one trading week. But yeah, it doesn't have to be in a row. It just has to be like in total. But chances are, if you're like making enough to get a payout of like $1,000 or more, you're probably trading about at least a week, right? At least 5 days. Unless you're like, I don't know, some people with their strategy, they have like just really big winning days, and then they're not as consistent. The rest of the days like aren't winning days or something like that. So once I have 5 days of at least 150, I can get a payout. Yes, but you also have to reach the buffer or get past the buffer, which is just the drawdown in profit, if that makes sense. Prakash, yo. So basically on the 25K count, you have to make a profit of $1,000, like get $1,000 into profit because that's the drawdown. So once you're $1,000 in profit, then your drawdown goes to like 0 or like 50,000. Or no, 25,000. That's what I'm at. I'm used to the 50K accounts. But you get the buffer, and then once you get past the buffer, that's when you can take out a payout. So 5 days of at least 150, and then also you have to make at least $1,000. Yeah, once you reach like that buffer, you can take payouts every week if you're making like 150 every single day for that week or the 5 days. But yeah, you don't have to do it 5 days in a row. Visit, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. So it's in my orders tab, but not on the chart, like stop loss or TP. You just have to end the day in profit or profit on the trade itself. Gotcha, gotcha. Very interesting. Alright, we're kind of just dumping. Haven't really seen much opportunity here. I might have to wait for this 15-minute range to finish up here in the next 3 minutes. Hopefully get a retest or something. We'll see. Definitely looking good for the dumps for sure. The 5 days start after I hit the buffer. That's actually a good question, but I don't think so. I'll go to the website and do some digging to double check on that. Go to like their FAQ. Because I don't think so. I think you still can count the 5 days before the buffer. But I'll double check. Because I think I remember I had a funded account with them earlier, and I remember I didn't quite reach the buffer yet because I wasn't up like $2,000 in profit on my $50,000 account. But I remember like on the dashboard it like said that I had 5 days of over 150. But yeah, I'll verify. Anyone trying to slide 20 so I can get it funded? Probably not, unfortunately, but maybe we get lucky. Also, I don't know where you're getting a $20 funded, unless Apex has like their 90% off or something. Oh, you're short 20. Gotcha, gotcha. That's an older line. I'm just gonna get rid of it for now. The 15-minute range is set, so right now we're currently bouncing it. Except the breakout did not work for those of you who may take the breakout. Yeah, we can get a nice close below. Could be nice for the sorry for what I was saying, but if it closed below this, might get a retest. I could be setting up a
order filled.
Jesus janky. It's different. You can see my normal thing is not working. This trade might, I don't even know it's throwing me off.
Stop filled.
Alright, we just gotta stop that anyways. Whatever. But yeah, normal chart thing is not working. So trading's really janky today. I blame that on why this trade did not work. Oh, also Dylan, I'm looking at the FAQ right now. You only need 5 days of $100 on the 25K count. Yeah, I'm pretty sure once you reach the $1,000 in profit and you have the 5 days, I think you're just like good to take a payout. You can just only take out 60% of that. So like you can only request like $600 if you only have 1,000, if that makes sense. Five days, 100 profit. Yeah, for the 25K funding ticks account, once you're in like the funded stage to like request a payout. But if you're on the 50K, it's like 150. 5 days of 150 in profit. I think you need to hit that for every payout. I could double check on that. But yeah, I think that's kind of the idea is basically, I think that is how most props are. Like you kind of, like I remember Apex just as an example because I traded with them last year. I was pretty familiar with their system. I think they've changed some of their rules, but like with them, you had to have 10 trading days in between each payout. And of the 10 trading days, I think you had to have a couple that were like in profit maybe, or maybe that rule's changed or they've added on that, but I'm pretty sure Top Step is like the same. Well, I don't know where these buyers are coming from, but they're just like going straight up. Bear flags ain't working. EMAs aren't working. Let's see what happens. Yeah, most props require you to have a little bit of consistency with like trading days and like a little bit of profit each day, just so you don't have like one day that's like $1,000 and the rest of the days are like nothing. No, yeah, of course they're working. I'm just talking about the 1 minute, how it's just kind of going straight through it. Buyers are kind of just relentless right here. Yeah, I think 5 days does not start after you hit the buffer. I think it's just once you start trading the funded account. And that's just up to you if you want to take a quick payout once you reach $1,000. But then if you take like a $600 payout, you just don't have a lot of money left in your account. Because you got to remember, once you reach the buffer, your drawdown goes to like break even. So if you take a $600 payout, you only have $500 left of drawdown. Type of thing. But obviously that's up to you. Yeah, also looks like you do need to hit that, like make 150 or however much it is for 5 trading days. And I think you do have to be above the buffer. But it's not super clear on that for like every payout. For the first payout, you definitely have to be the required break-even profit. Looks like it might be for every payout as well. So yeah, it looks like this V is definitely going to set up a bit of chop. Per chance. What strategy would you take if you had to start all over? Like what prop/pay schedule would you take? It's a good question. I think the simplest answer is just like what I'm doing now, since it's obviously like what I'd consider the most obviously recent or refined. It's obviously what I'm currently doing. So if I had to start over, I'd probably try and do what I'm doing now, just a lot sooner. I probably would still use funding ticks, maybe a couple others as well, like Take Profit Trader, a couple other good ones as well, but I'd probably try and get at least like, 2 payouts or more a month, but like also grow my accounts. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like obviously like in a month I might say something different, but right now it's like, well, I'd probably just do what I'm doing now. So we're trying to hold the 5-minute EMA. it's definitely not respecting it the best either. I have to wait for it to go to the 15. We should get some better setups here. Solid income makes you all comfortable. Definitely depends on where you live, like what state, city. Some definitely require a little bit higher, kind of a higher minimum for being comfortable, just like for your expenses, whether it's like rent, food, that kind of thing. And yeah, it's like for trading itself, it does feel like you have to make, a pretty good amount to make it worth it. But I'd say just for like life in general, even like 2 to 3K a month is like it's on the low side, but I'd say it's like not like if you get at least that, you can live pretty comfortably. At least like in most places, but maybe not some of the big cities that are a little bit more expensive. Because like 2 to 3K a month is like almost 36, 40K a year. It's like a medium end job full time. So obviously not the dream. Maybe not comfortable for some, but you can pay food, rent, car payment, the important stuff. $2K a month, I'd be under a bridge. Again, yeah, it kind of depends on where you live, and obviously even like your lifestyle. I don't spend a lot of money on things. Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, Miami. Yeah, that's a different story. Yeah, living expenses, like I said, depending on where you live, like Miami's gonna be a lot different than where I live, for example. Rent is higher here, but I could probably find like a 1 bedroom apartment or something. Not even apartment, but just like a private room to rent somewhere for like 800, 700. We'll say like 1,000 though, like $1,000 a month. And then that still leaves me like $2,000 a month for like food and car payment, Okay, so you can request 60% of your account for payout. Is there a max per week for payout? Yeah, so that's what they have what's called a reward cap. let's see. Yeah, so every account, 50K, 100K, 25K, they all kind of default at $5,000 per account. So that's the cap. So every week that you're able to get a payout and qualify for a payout, you can only take out a maximum of $5,000, but obviously that's plenty. And on the 25K account, you probably won't be getting that for a little while until you kind of grow the account. So yeah, you'd have to make like $10,000 in profit. Or I guess a little bit less. But the math's just easier if we kind of do like 50%. But yeah, if you made like $10,000, you could take out 5K and that's it. That's like the max. But that's also per week. So that's $5,000 per week is pretty dang good. And also you can get up to 5 accounts with them. So if you have all 5 funding ticks accounts, you can have the reward cap of $25,000 per week. Not even an apartment, just a room in the back of someone's house. Yeah, that's Miami for you. Good action in Asia? That's what it looked like. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, sold off a lot. Sold off a little bit this morning too, and now we're just getting like this weird little pullback and possibly chop coming up. Up 650 from Asia. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't if you're waiting for a payout. So it's all about get the payouts, right? Yeah, hopefully. What prop firm is it? I know some of them, they like to take their time with things. Like Apex is notorious for taking like 2 weeks to a month to like get the payouts in. At least they were last year. I don't know about now. They've been lagging lately on some things. The dashboard's been having issues. Dang. Hate to hear it. Getting the buyers. Just making a nice move up. Looks like ES is also about to take out those previous highs on the 1 minute. We are getting close to the 15-minute zone. I've been keeping an eye on it. I just have it on my other screen. This is different. Yeah, this one from another day. But I can move it down to match this other one. It's like in here somewhere. Kind of rejecting the overnight low as well. Definitely could maybe take a sell. Just gotta decide how much I want to risk on this. Because the buyers are still pretty strong. So I might wait. I must have missed some messages. Who are you talking about? Like, whose live did you join? Months ago? Or like yesterday? Some marketing scheme? Changed all his media? Crazy. I know. That's a lot of momentum. Looks like this could be a little bit of a reaction for the sellers here off the EMA. The 15-minute. It's definitely tempting.
Order filled.
We'll try it with the practice. Of course, I have no idea. Again, my indicator thing's not working, so I can't see like. Let's like do the math. I'm not sure where my stop or my profit target would be. I think profit's around there, and then I think that might be the right stop. Adelise, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Dude on the live said he's been trading for 2 years, tried everything, but ICD was the most objective. Interesting. I have seen some ICT stuff work.
Stop filled.
But not like all of it. I don't know if I've seen it like consistent enough to actually get paid or anything. Yeah, I couldn't really tell the numbers. Didn't have a lot of time to react there because like my typical, like I'll just put the order on again so you guys can like see
Order
it.
filled.
But typically my stop loss shows my like the profit or like the money amount. Same with this. But like right now I have the default Ninja Trader because my thing's not working. Why they ICT hate? I wouldn't say I hate them by any means, or him. I don't know. I don't know him. I've never really watched any of his videos, so I can't really comment on like him. And I think his concepts aren't bad if you use them correctly. At least like some of them. But I think there's a lot of... Yeah, one of the guys on the TikTok though, I think I do have it so that YouTube can see the TikTok chat. to the YouTube viewer, I am a D1 ICT hater. So he's a hater. I wouldn't say I'm a hater, but I do think that I have heard a lot of the controversy about him being a scammer. The ICT guy, just with like, he's not actually profitable. He's selling courses and trying to make money off people, even though he doesn't actually trade well himself. But I do think his concepts can be used to make money. Some of them, but like again, I wouldn't know because I know there's a lot of them, and some of them I don't even know what they're called. They have like weird names. Bullish move is definitely not done. It's going straight through the 15-minute EMA right now. Kinda. But anyways, back to that point I was trying to make earlier. Typically, as you guys know, my stop and my buy, or no, what am I even saying? My stop loss and profit target usually have the dollar amount on them. Same with this. It normally shows dollars, which I can't change that. If I just go to properties, there should be a setting for that. But right now it's just the default NinjaTrader. So yeah, not an actual trade, just, yeah, showing you guys that it's not working, which is why it's a little harder to figure out where to put my stop loss. It's 54 plus 23 would be like 77. Because I think it was like 23 points was where the stop was for that. On like this kind of trade, I think it was like 23 points, I can't remember. And then the profit should be about 30. So like 54 down to like 23.
Stop filled.
Yeah, market is just going up. So a good thing we did not actually take that trade. Yeah, it looks like the ICT trade is working out right now. The fair value gap right here. Look at that support. Going straight up off of it. No, I'm joking. Because obviously, fair value gaps are not like an exclusive ICT thing. I did not learn them from him. I watched some video and they talked about it and it made sense. So I started looking at them. And actually, the strategy I traded last year with Apex that I got like a bunch of payouts over the summer with, that actually was based almost exclusively like off fair value gaps. Yeah, that recovery definitely looks like beta chop. Yeah, TechFlu is wondering why you like ICT, Dylan, if you care to respond. If not, though, I understand. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of pushing below now. See if it kind of holds that or not. He says ICT is the only way I've been able to get payouts. Well, there you go. Aiming for TP, not our side, because this is a setup for chop. He says he only uses inverse. Wait, ISE fair value gaps. I'm not sure if that was a typo, but he says he only uses ISE fair value gaps and inverse fair value gaps, none of the other stuff. Which I'd say is use, okay. I should have known that. I should have been able to guess that anyways. That makes sense though. And that's kind of like the only thing I've really used too, because I have been taking like the inverse fair value gap trades on another account, just kind of trying them out. We actually have one on like 15-minute right now. Inverse this gap right here, so we could hold it and bounce out of it, hypothetically, right? We also kind of had one on the 5-minute that worked out earlier pretty nicely. Short below the 15-minute EMA. I know, it's looking like a good little... Somewhere in here would have been a nice short. Guess I could have taken on the practice, but I pulled out my real account in case this bull flag kind of played out here. Which I might still keep an eye on, potentially. But also looks like it is trying to make its way back down. Yeah, I'll have to maybe see if I can get the YouTube chat to show up on TikTok. I just don't know how I'd do that. Unless I just like do like a screen overlay thing, but that looks a little tacky compared to like some of the better things out there. Yes, you can directly trash talk him. He can, like I said, he can see your messages, so he can see, or he should be able to. Yeah, he can. What's better, ICT or support resistance? That's a good question. Here come the shorts though. So it looks like we're just a little early here, but then we tried again kind of up here once we got back below the EMA. Would have been kind of nice. Yeah, I don't think, because again, he said he only uses fair value gaps and inverse fair value gaps, none of the other stuff. So I don't think he exactly is pro ICT gurus, because that's where I that's where I would agree. A lot of the gurus using ICT for views and like these fancy strategies that have 90% win rates, I think a lot of them are frauds, but I don't think, like I said, every concept that he teaches is just wrong and doesn't work. Because again, like I've said, I've used fair value gaps, inverse gaps, and gotten funded and payouts and different things as well. But yeah, definitely I've heard about a lot of fraudulent people, so. Doesn't sound like he disagrees with that though. Unless he does, which that's okay. Because it might have been someone he found that, again, might not even be related to ICT at all. They just trade how he trades, and that's why he started trading like that. There's a single ICT guru with verified broker statements. I've heard that several times. I haven't looked into it personally, but I also wouldn't be surprised if that's true, based off what I've heard. But yeah, I think some people could consider how I traded last year ICT-ish. And I did get payouts, but obviously I wouldn't consider myself some ICT guru because I don't know what makes you qualify as an ICT guru or an ICT trader. Because yeah, it's like there's fair value gaps, there's different things. But yeah, what exactly qualifies you for the title? He said the largest prop payout guy was the ICT guy. I said, oh really? Oh yeah, just he said, she said. Is the biggest prop firm guy, or like who got the biggest payout, is that still like Trader Kane, the guy from England or something? I remember looking at his Twitter once because he got like the big like $2 million payout from Apex. Yeah, I think Kane. Yeah, I haven't seen any like. Yeah, he hasn't. Okay, he has tweeted semi-recently. I was gonna say I haven't seen anything from him in a while. But I do remember looking at some of his tweets and seeing some of his setups. Yeah, I don't know if he like claims to be ICT or preaches ICT, but I think I did see him take like some inverse fair value gap trades, which worked. I actually started taking some, or like start testing it. And actually started working as well for me. But again, that's where I wouldn't be sure like when do you quite earn the title of ICT? Because I think fair value gaps maybe started or got popular because of ICT, but I don't know if that would make you an ICT trader. But no Apex confirmation. So yeah, I wouldn't know if there was like some Apex confirmation or not. Because I thought I remember seeing like some trader made like a leaderboard of Apex payouts and he was on it. And like, I don't know why they would like claim, oh yeah, he's a $2 million payout from Apex if he didn't actually, you know? Yeah, I remember I did actually watch the interview because I was just like curious about the whole thing. And it was interesting. He sounds like a smart guy, but yeah, they definitely didn't send out an email or anything for Apex. But I did feel like I saw a couple of different places. Like I feel like even a couple of different like streamers talked about it. But again, that's just maybe just like hearsay and everything. But I don't know if you know Nutty Bar Trading. He streams, but also he makes like videos. He actually goes through like on the website. Because on the website you can see like the payouts, like kind of individually, which are typically like $2,000 at a time or just here and there. Like at least they used to be pretty. I don't know if it's still there. So it's kind of like a weird spot on the website. But they used to have like a spot where like it'd show up like your kind of name or alias and then like where you're from, like your state, like Texas, California, whatever. And then they would have like your payout, which typically was like $2,000 at a time. So it'd show, like for me, it'd be like my name and it'd be like $2,000 once or twice for like my different payouts of $2,000. So I think like he went through and like he tracks all of it and makes like a YouTube video like once a month about like the top 10 traders of the month or like the top 10 payouts from Apex. I think I remember he had Kane listed at number 1 for like 2 million that month. Unless it was just assumed based off the interviews and claims, but for some reason I definitely got the vibe that it was legit. But yeah, it is weird that Apex wouldn't use it as like a promo, because I feel like they probably would. 2 mil. Yeah, he got 2 million propfirm payout. Hypothetically. This is my first time hearing that like it was hypothetical. Again, I thought it was just pretty straightforward, legit. But maybe it wasn't. I wouldn't know. Daniel, thank you for the follow. It wasn't a month. It was over the span of like a year, I think. Nutty Bar's so funny. Yeah, he's funny. He's hilarious. Yeah, if the only info is him tweeting and other people kind of like talking about it, then maybe it's not legit. I don't know. Oh, you're good, Anthony. You're good. I think now they definitely do, but I think back then they didn't, especially Apex. Like I don't think Apex had any live traders that around then, because that was like last summer. Again, when I was kind of taking some payouts and things, and there wasn't really a clear path to live. And I think to be like the devil's advocate, like for like on behalf of Kane, most prop firms didn't come out with like a super strict path to live until after he got this $2 million payout. So I think, again, in his defense, he's kind of one of the people that, or one of the reasons why a lot of prop firms are making it very clear, quick path to live compared to before. Because before you could, I think, basically just build up your account balance to $2 million and take one big payout. But again, that's just a little bit like in his defense, but like who knows, right? I moved to a live account after 20 trading days. Dang. It's not even that many. Yeah, they want you to. I remember there was like a shift like last August, October. Again, it kind of was after some of the Trader Kane stuff and some other YouTubers or people making big payouts or whatever, claiming they were, who knows. But yeah, there's this big push for live on like every single prop firm, like Top Step, Tradeify, Apex. They're all very clear, like, oh yeah, we want to get you to live as soon as possible, because they want to make as much money as possible, and they know that they will make more money if they don't have as many profitable traders making money off of their sim funded accounts. I guess before it wasn't that big of a concern or a focus, but now it is, or it has been for a little bit. I definitely remember as I've been trading, there's definitely seemed to be some sort of shift where it was like, oh yeah, like every prop firm is going to try and get you to live. I had two 50K accounts, built the profit up to 25K each in 20 trading days. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty nice. I can't blame them for that. Because I think they do still have like that 25, like you're allowed to take 25K out per account without the reward split. Like you can keep 100% of the profits. At least that's how it was. That makes sense if you like make that amount, even if you didn't take a payout. It's obviously they know the payouts they know that they owe you $50,000. So it's like, okay, you either need to like take that out or move you to live. So I can't really blame them, but yeah, the live accounts suck. Just because like, I mean, orders getting hunted is still kind of like a, not controversial, but just like, is it actually happening that much? But something that is 100% true is you get worse fills because it has to actually go through like the market. I had some guy doing that for rinse and repeating. He would take his final eval. Yeah, again, I think that's why again they made a big focus to like move to live and everything. It's because there was traders taking advantage of it. Like they'd basically get to a payout and then they just like take out as much money as they can, blow the account, and then just go back to evals and start again and do the same thing instead of actually trading like responsibly and smart. Instead, I was using my account as an ATM machine. Nice. They get mad at me because I was taking my profit out each day. I mean, that's like the strategy though, right? Like once you have like a big balance, just take out, yeah, a couple $100 or $1,000 a day, however much you can kind of want to do. And that's kind of the goal. I mean, even with like the live account, I think that's kind of the idea because I think live accounts you can take money out daily if you want. Maybe like 1K, I take out 800. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the beauty of a live account. Is yeah, you can, if you have like a decent buffer, it's like, yeah, you like make money, just like take it out. Why not? Believe it or not, guys, I'm not a professional trader. That's the thing, even with like, what is it, 6 years or something like that for you since 2019, still not technically a professional. What you said you are? Oh, I totally misread that. Believe it or not, guys, I'm a professional trader. I don't know why I totally misread that. Because I was a little surprised. I was like, typically he's pretty like, he's got a bit of an ego. Not in like a bad way, but like, I was kind of surprised. I was like, dang, is he like being humble? But no, I must be tired. Yeah, he did say he is. I definitely just read that wrong. That's funny. I have so many screenshots of me getting wicked to the point every trade I was in. That's not normal. Yeah, that's fair. But also, as you've seen a couple times on stream where I got like I missed my profit by a tick or I got stopped out break even to the tick or it happens to all of us, I think. Sometimes it is a little fishy looking, but I think it's just kind of what happens sometimes. Because there was like a whole week where that happened to me. But if it was like literally every trade, that is hard to really argue against. And there definitely is some manipulation going on. For sure. Alright, sellers are making some more moves down. So I might take the lows out. It is weird that it happened like after the email. Because I'm not saying that like, you know, it's a placebo or you're paranoid. But like, it also like, it seems weird that they would actually like do that, which is crazy. If they did. Also, I guess they could. I don't know. I guess technically there's nothing stopping them. Yeah, that does seem a bit weird. I don't have any like real experience trading like a live account with a prop firm, but definitely it seems a bit weird. Like I do remember because I used to watch like Patrick Whelan's stream semi-frequently, and I do remember he when he still had accounts with Tradeify, he had a live account because they moved him to live. And he was even like #1 on the leaderboard for Tradeify. He was kind of killing it. He had like that 30 days of like not losing a single trade that he would brag about, or like 30 days of winning days, like a streak or something he had going. Anyways, impressive stuff. But I remember sometimes they would call him and basically lock him out of his trading and be like, okay, like you made enough money, we're gonna like lock you out so that, or maybe he would call them and tell them to like lock him out. I don't know if it was like a malicious thing though. I think it was like just a risk management because he'd basically call the risk management team and say like, hey, like I made this much money, lock me out so I don't like lose it or trade too much. Yeah, I can't remember if it was 30 days of not losing a trade. I think it had to have been more like
Order submitted.
what was it? I'll try this bear flag off the EMAs. But it might have been more like just 30 winning days. Like he might have had some
Order
losses, but then
filled.
he'd like make them back. Dang, market's just getting stuck. I thought about taking this one before, but it just wasn't super close to the EMA, so I didn't really think about it. Yeah, I might have gotten kind of trapped at the bottom again. It like almost looks like it wants to go, and then it just like doesn't. I might even move my stop higher, but I'd probably have to size down to do that.
Stop filled.
Dang. Bear flags are not working today. Ultimate Brad is here. Let's go. What's up? Oh, see, there's the manipulation right there. Stopped out to the tick, and now we're right back down to my profit. I'm not even on a live account. Okay, not disagreeing with you at all, but it does happen. Even when you're not like in a live account. Jeez, yeah. So that felt targeted right there. Been busy, missed open. Got 2 trucks going out. So yeah, you didn't miss much. Today hasn't been the best day. I just had a dump and then like this kind of weird pump and then we're back down. So we're kind of just chopping around a little bit. Yeah, stop power higher would have been ideal, but again, don't want to risk too much on these this accounts. Just to kind of keep my risk lower. 'Cause 250 is not a ton, but as soon as you lose like 2 trades in a row, you're down 500, you know. And if I lose a third, I'm down 750. So it adds up. Again, that's just unfortunate because it's typically a bear flag. Once it breaks, it has a little break, and it's not like it works out pretty well. Unfortunately, this one just bounced up exactly to my entry. I mean my stop. And then it went straight down, so not much I can really do about that. I might try one more trade off this 15-minute range low if we can close below it. But I'm definitely losing a little motivation. Or just get to the point where I might have to not trade because I don't want to lose too much in one day. Yeah, a bit unfortunate. But let's see if we get a retest or something. Yeah, there's the break. I don't know why it wants me to like confirm.
Order submitted.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, a little weird. I got the default NinjaTrader right now. I'm forgetting how to use it. I have to like right click to put on my sell limit. But yeah, that was a good break. Don't know if I'm gonna get
Order canceled.
this trade. Oh, Dylan, sorry, I didn't see your message. It's been like 20 minutes, but if you're still here, to me, fair value gap and inverse fair value gaps give you the cleanest entries, stop loss, and TP levels. There you go. I do not disagree with that. They can work out pretty well. Is the fair value gap drawing auto? Yeah, it's an indicator on NinjaTrader. You can see up here, it's just called fair value gap. And yeah, it just marks them automatically. You might need like the newest version of NinjaTrader, but yeah, fair value gap, it's built in, pretty clean. Works very nice. Yeah, you gotta love the gut and gamble. Works 100% of the time. What's it called? I said it a couple times, maybe you didn't hear me, but it's just called fair value gap. Like that's just what the indicator's called on NinjaTrader. You can see it up here at the top of the screen. Oh yeah, definitely a rate. Just breaking them lows. Yeah, pretty much. The trades for me had to change my tires. Yeah, that's right though. Price action has not been the greatest. I mean, for me anyway. For me anyways. I'm for sure some. It was still alright. We had like no trade steps on the way up here. Not really any trade steps on the way down. Like I said, we finally got like a bear flag at the lows, and then we kind of wicked in and then went right back up and lost. So kind of lame. And then again, not really much going on until we got down here. Another flag that wicked in, stopped out, and then went without me. So not the best day. But it's bound to happen at some point, right? Albany, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Felt that. Yeah, most traders do at some point. Went in, stopped me, left me in the dust. Chill. Yeah, he's calling you out with your $1,000 a day and out here begging for 90. I'm just kidding. Payout's still in the mail. Yeah, he didn't pay for like express shipping or something. Yeah, that makes sense. It's on the way though. Alright, might try one more bear flag if we get the opportunity. What if we lose another? We're done. But also buyers seem kind of eager up here. See what happens. Boo buyers, yeah, exactly. See, like, I don't care if we go up or down. I just need us to consistently do something so I can, like, have some actual trades. Instead, it's like we pump down 100 points but then we don't continue. The buyers just randomly kick in and start going to the moon without any setup. Just straight through the 1 minute EMAs. Just like last time right here. It just decided this is the bottom and now we go up. It's like, okay, whatever you say. Prakash was here for a little bit, but I haven't seen him in the chat. It's telling us that we need to buy. Because for some reason I imagine he would have been saying it to buy it down here. He said lost money today. Dang it. That is unfortunate. What platform do you place your trades? This is NinjaTrader. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, market was. That's all I said. That makes sense. If I lost a lot of money, I'd probably not be quite as chatty. It is kind of a weird day. Definitely not ideal with this, yeah, this V early on. And then we like got close to the highs and came all the way down to the lows. And now we're starting to V again. Just not really any good setups besides a couple flags that kind of worked out, but like didn't. Especially this one. But it does happen. I got you with the likes, just waiting at the mechanic. Heck yeah, appreciate it. When are you gonna run that TPT up with using EMA? Maybe soon, maybe soon. I've been thinking about it. But also, I might still, like I said, just like practice it more because, I mean, 90 bucks, 100 bucks is still 100 bucks, you know? I'm not quite at the point where I just want to throw 100 bucks at the wall to see if it sticks. If you know what I'm saying. So, might just keep the sim funded going on like I have been doing. Or not sim funded, just the sim account. If you know what I'm saying. Because even like today, it's like you said, maybe that first entry should have waited because of the chop. Didn't take the second entry, which I probably could have once we got back below the EMA over here. Today's just not quite the best day in general, but I feel like the last couple times I've tried it, it hasn't worked the best, but there was a couple times where it worked really, really well. So that's where I'm still kind of figuring things out. And obviously, like the zone thing is still like completely new to me. It's like drawing it, having it follow. But as far as like watching it like touch or get close to the EMA and then kind of react off of it, take a little trade, I feel like those have worked really well. So those I'm like a little more confident. a little more confident taking. But yeah, it's like the zone thing's still new to me because you didn't mention that originally. You just mentioned that like, well, I mean, you did mention like the 2 points away, but you didn't mention the fact that like you kind of like trail it down with the EMA like this. And then obviously like the advanced scaling, I still haven't really done or had like a winning trade that I'm able to practice that on. So you did say grab the RSI the other day. That would have been like that day I was tempted to take some of those RSI trades. The problem was I was like almost tempted to do it on my actual account. But then I wasn't quite confident enough to do it on my actual account. So then I didn't end up doing it on my actual or a sim, if that makes sense. Because I kind of had my finger like on the trigger for my actual account. But it's probably here soon. I might have to give it a try. Especially if I get like a payout or something, be like, oh yeah, let me just buy. And buy that take profit trader. Let me run it. That's true. Yeah, it is a little random. Sometimes I try, sometimes I am focused more on my actual trades. So that would also explain a little bit of the inconsistency and stuff. Yeah, and I should be, especially if I do want to get that confidence and actually see like consistent results and kind of figure out, okay, like this does have like a good win rate. Because obviously if you pick and choose trades, there's a good chance, kind of like a multiple choice test. If you start randomly picking A, B, C, or D, I mean, obviously there's a chance you get some right, but there's a chance you get more wrong. Versus if you pick C for every answer. I think that's what they tell people. Like if you run out of time and you need to guess, just guess C for all of them or B, because then you'll be statistically more correct than if you randomly guess. You did tell me to grab a micro. I want to buy funnel with your code. Let's go. I appreciate it. Shout out to Brandon for supporting the channel. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Help fund my Take Profit Trader account. Do you have a broker with options enabled? I don't think so. I do have like a... What was it called? Was it Charles Schwab or something? Or did they like rebrand? I can't remember. I did have like $1,000 in like a Charles Schwab account. But like I don't even know if that's like enough to like trade options. Or again, I don't know if I have it quite set up to like actually take trades or use, but I do have that somewhere. JS followed the live creator. Thank you, appreciate it. So you got TOS? I think so. Thinkorswim, yeah. I think that is like connected, is what I remember hearing. A nice little dump though after that little pump. But again, buyers just pushing price up. We need to continue lower. or continue higher. We need to do one of the two. We can't be doing this rangy stuff. Not my favorite. But yeah, I need to get that kind of set up and actually try some trades, even if it's like yeah, just throw on some option trades. Try some of those strategies. We got real close there.
Order submitted.
We get back down there and push through, I imagine we get a nice little break. But again, today hasn't been the best, so maybe not.
Order filled.
I actually did get a little wick into profit there, but it's just so quick to kind of bounce. We need it to be quick to go to profit. This is what it's been doing every time, though. It just kind of wicks a little bit of profit and just holds at my entry, and then it goes back up and stops me out. So we'll see what happens this time. See if we can get at least one of these trades to work today. Yeah, it's been a battle. We'll go break even. I just don't trust, like, it's just bouncing around, and it looks like it's gonna come back up and go straight back to my stop, which it might not. But again, the idea with the bear flag is we break this low and we break out lower. This isn't a breakout. We're literally just chopping around my entry. So I don't mind that break even, honestly. Sup Walshy, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. You can use the EMA strat on 0 DT SPY options. Okay. Yeah, SPY correlates to yes, so you can trade options using it. I might have to try that. There's a couple option strategies I was kind of looking into or learned about. I don't know if you've heard of like Tasty Live or have like a hot take on them, but they just had like a couple like, you know, strangle, straddle, that kind of stuff. Iron Condor. Kind of some interesting strategies to take advantage of the market when it doesn't move up or down, I think. Yeah, I went through and just like went through their kind of course or whatever it's called. I don't know if they call it a course, but it's like free. You just kind of go through like the different things. So I went through that last year. It was pretty interesting and might get into it again. I just don't have like a ton of like capital or liquid that's just ready to kind of trade because I have been putting most of it into futures. But I do have like an account that I should be like practicing with or trying some trades out with. Because I did hear from several people that options, especially with like some of those taste size strategies or other things, you can get like higher win rates than futures and it's less risky, less manipulated, that kind of thing. And that's where like traders can actually like be consistent. But again, that's one perspective. You don't recommend options. So yeah, that's where it's tricky because you have people kind of saying both things. I'm saying to get you to 90 for that TPT. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I have more experience with like futures and like seeing the charts like this, so that's why I'm still doing that. So look at this chop. Right when I get in the market, we just start barcoding. Love to see it. Probably would have gotten stopped out up here too. Gotta love the market today. Might just have to be done low key or high key. But yeah, there was someone that like, he actually lives in my neighborhood, and I think he claims that he like trades, like he's a day trader. So I did talk to him, and he was pretty cool. he kind of referred me to Tasty Trades, Tasty Live. Just 1 second. Anyways, I was hoping he would actually like, mentor me a little bit and kind of give me some of the ball knowledge and everything. How was that drink? It was alright. I just need a little sip. I haven't had that happen really before. I don't know if it's just because I'm talking like more than I normally do. But like, sometimes, or maybe I'm a little sick, but like, the last like week or so, I'll like talk and I'm fine. And then randomly my voice just goes like completely dry. And it's like, I'm a smoker. And it's like, what's going on? I know, there's the longs coming in. 20 up to 50, decent. Oh yeah, there it is. I prefer Thinkorswim because I can send people orders, setups, indicators, etc. Yeah, never used Tasty like because they have like their trading platform. Right? Yeah, that's what they usually use on like their videos. I don't know if he actually used their platform. Oh shoot, right back down. But he did refer me to the website just because of the like kind of the learning stuff that they have on their website, which is like kind of nice. They have like just the little learning center. Anyways, but yeah, I was hoping to get like a little bit of ball knowledge from him and everything. But he just referred me to Tasty Live and said like, oh yeah, they have these free lessons and things you can learn from to get the basics. And I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, I didn't really want to give up on futures because I just had previous knowledge of that. So my Tasty Live knowledge is kind of just like on the back burner with some of those option strategies. So I might try it. Because again, he said like, yeah, his opinion, he did tell me about like not futures specifically, but just like chart trading versus like options trading where you're trading more like I forget what you call it, but there's like delta, theta, vega, those type of things, like Greeks, and just the different numbers. Because he doesn't even look at charts when he trades. He just looks at like the Greeks and the other numbers. And I know like where he lives, he's got a nice house. So like clearly he's doing something right. But also, I don't know if he's like, his wife also might be pretty loaded. So I'm not sure if he like made money from trading or if he just trades because he can. To be like devil's advocate a little bit. Yeah, that's what it seemed like, is some pretty complex stuff with options. So I might get into that a little bit more, but my goal right now is just to make enough money trading futures to where I have options. Not like trading options, but options to like in life, But one of those options would be to potentially trade some options as well, and maybe I would find it more consistent or reliable than futures. Looks like we might just be chopping around though. It is about that time. Oh, I say that. We're kind of breaking the lows now. Maybe we'll see if we get anything here in the next little bit. But yeah, lunchtime, kinda 11:19 a.m. Eastern time. Typically we do see a little bit of chop. Nah, futures is the way. That's what I've kind of been leaning towards, obviously, as I've been trading and still trade futures and haven't quite gone into the whole options thing. Don't recommend options. Good to know. No PDT, no theta decay. Yeah, that stuff was a little confusing. Gotta like buy the premium or whatever. Because I think the main strategy that was kind of appealing but still a little confusing is like you would like sell puts or something like that. Instead of like buying a call, you would like sell a put, which like cancels out and like ends up being like a bullish position. It was kind of weird. Well, obviously there was like, you had like your expirations and like typically they kind of preach like 45 days out and then you like manage them at 21. But again, I'm still not the best. Selling puts is bullish? I think so. Or maybe, I'm trying to remember how they worded it. Oh, okay, not a question. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that's right. Because if you like double sell, it's like a double negative. Sell a put. But then if you like buy a put, that's bearish. But then yeah, they would like kind of cancel out. Yeah, something like call is bearish. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, they would like kind of like cancel out positions and then make like the strangle or the straddle. So that way if like price stays within a certain range within the 45 days, you collect like the premium or whatever. Interesting stuff, but yeah, a little confusing. Selling and buying a call can be bullish and bearish. Exactly. I think that's what they do. Is like they buy and sell a put or like buy and sell a call. And then you'd end up in like a kind of a neutral position. Which actually like that. Oh yeah, it depends on the strikes. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, forgot about the strikes, strike price, and all that stuff. Yeah, some of it's not the most fresh, but I do remember some of these terms and everything. But it would be kind of a fun, like a twist for like futures as an example. If like you could kind of like set up some sort of neutral position, so that way like if it doesn't go below like, let's say like if you had like, move this line, I don't know what that is, but like hypothetically, say you had a stop loss here and a stop loss like up here at this high. If you're kind of banking on a chop and you're like, okay, I'm going to put a neutral position here with my stop loss here and here, and obviously the wider it is, the less premium you collect, but then like the tighter it is, the more premium you collect, just because that's more risky, something like that. But if you could like set that position, you're like, okay, if in the next like 20-30 minutes we don't break this range, then you like collect the premium or whatever, like you make money. It'd be kind of an interesting twist. Then obviously if you like got stopped out here, you'd just lose money, or down here. What do you think of shorts? I think we've done a lot of shorting today. Like he said, you're a little late. It could still go lower, but also we've already done a lot of shorting. And it does look like the seller's a little exhausted, in my opinion. Just based off delta as well as just price right here. We're kind of chopping here at the lows. And it definitely could break lower, but I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of held this and started going higher as well. Yeah, you can enter a synthetic position, fake owning shares. Exactly. It's a little weird, and it is like, that's where it's like weird, because it's like you still have like shares technically, or like fake shares. Where futures, like you don't have shares, you just have like a contract. And it's a little bit more simple. And yeah, like if there's like something as well, like if you're, what is it? If your shares like expire in the money or out of the money or whatever the term was, then there was like something that would basically make you like, you had to like keep the shares and you had to like buy the shares. I can't remember. I'll take central right now. Oh shoot. It looks like it could, you never know, it could break lower. It is holding that 5-minute EMA pretty well. An option is the right to buy or sell 100 shares. Yes, that's one of the terms I remember. At a strike price, yes. But yeah, if you're like, you don't do it right, you'll like end up with like 100 shares at like the end of the expiration. I think if like, I don't know, there was something about that, and it was like it could happen if you like don't do something, but like obviously it's not something you have to like really worry about, maybe. But it kind of sucks being stuck with like 100 shares of something, especially if you don't have like the money or don't want to have those 100 shares. So if it's in the money, you're obligated to fulfill the agreement. That's if you sell a contract. Gotcha. Lunchtime coming up. We going up? Potentially. We're definitely getting that lunchtime chop. But we definitely could reverse as well. Yeah, options are interesting, for sure. Futures definitely makes a lot more sense. It's a lot more simple. But you definitely can't do as many complicated things, which for some might be a con, for some might be a pro. You want back, just bought and set up an account with code BANG. Let's go. Appreciate it, brother. I do not recommend options. Good, good. I'm going to remember that next time someone talks about options. I'm going to optionally disagree. Oh, shoot. Hey yo, finna buy a put on Brandon's net worth. I mean, right now, options probably better than futures. Well, at least like the last, 30 minutes of chop. I could be making premium off this. Dude, it's a whole $1. That's some good net worth right there. Theta decay ain't that profitable. Interesting. Everyone talks about theta decay and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I've yet to test it myself. These are big boy words and I'm not a big boy. I like number up and down better. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm here with futures. So all I have to know is I click buy or I click sell. Right? Like literally on NinjaTrader, it's not even like a long or a call or a put, a short. Like it's literally, I mean, I'll still use like short and long when I talk.
Order submitted.
But it's literally a buy limit.
Order canceled. Order submitted.
Or a sell limit.
Order
like
canceled.
It's so simple. It's just buy or sell, and then I either the numbers go up or the numbers go down, and I either make money or I don't. Much better, much better. Things lose value quickly, but the initial investment is very high. Yep, number up, number down, yes money, no money, exactly. None of that theta decay, Vega, iron condor. They also use like delta, but I think it's different than the delta I refer to. Because when I refer to delta, it's cumulative volume delta for futures, which is just the difference between buying and selling volume put onto a chart. I'm gonna try this long at 30. Good luck. It could break out, but also could be the top of the range. Don't know if I trust the chart personally, but looks like it wants to break out here. Might be onto something. Millennium Falcon. Yeah, that's probably one of the strategies too. Up to 60, 80. It's almost there. It's almost at 60. So like selling a 0 DT call, 0.50, you need 100 shares, or you can buy a call to represent that 100 shares to sell another call. But they hold your overall risk for the position as collateral. Jeez. Yeah, super complicated by the sounds of it. I'll take 70. Red rainbows, 5 micros. Yeah, it looks like you got just under 60 there. Looks like it is going to hit here. That was a good long. I mean, good call out. Didn't think we were going to break the chop, but we did. That was pretty nice. Thankfully, saying random words to me. No, that's exactly like when I was first learning some options. That's exactly what it was to me, and it still kind of is, because I haven't. It's been over a year since I did the course on the website, so it's still pretty weird. But it's literally like a different language. 70 is a little ambitious. Yeah, probably. Yeah, typically if there is like orders at 60, we typically do kind of like break through them, run up a little bit more. So you sell credit spread. I remember credit spread, that was a term I remember. Get a $50 credit, overall risk is $100. Break even. Can't complain too much with the break even, especially when we're still overall bearish. It was a good effort. You technically have 50, but they hold the rest of the risk. Should've just done 1 mini. Oh yeah, you did like 5 micros. That's hard to say, because it could be considered a risky trade. That got loud. Oh, like my mic? Sorry about that. I didn't like move it. It should be in the same spot. I don't... Oh, the music? Yeah, it's like a good playlist, but sometimes randomly it does just get like a little louder at like weird times of the days. I'll just like skip it forward a little bit. Oh, when I stop talking, the music picks up. It might do that. Maybe OBS does something like that where like it kind of prioritizes the mic, and then when the mic's gone, the desktop audio picks up more, maybe. It makes sense. Oh shit, we got war with Venezuela coming up. That's exciting. But the idea is the one you sold will expire, so your percent of winning at expiration is high. Exactly. That's a crazy statement. Oh, I agree. Sell all stocks. I know, war with Venezuela, I mean, a war is still war, but I'd say like Venezuela is not exactly like the most intimidating country out there. I could be wrong. But like, I feel like if we actually went to war with them, it wouldn't last very long. No offense to any Venezuelans out there, but the US military is kind of on another level. Exactly. I don't think it'll do much to the US. It's literally, I mean, we go in there with a couple bombs and we take them out pretty quick. Exactly. Ambitious. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I think we're almost at, yeah, we're almost at 500, guys. Appreciate all the new followers. And the OGs, of course. Don't forget about you guys. I did take the lows there. See if we go further or if we just keep chopping. Oh, you got your UAV. Are you on like a 3 kill streak? I guess it's like 5 now on the newer Call of Duties. But the OG MW2, you're on a 3 kill streak right now. I got your UAV in. Just tell them where they're all at. They have a lot of land resources. Interesting. Do they have oil? Because if they have oil, you know we're going to go take that oil. They do have oil. And gold. We like oil and gold. I'm W2 and 3. Oh yeah, the OG 2 and 3. Prime Call of Duty. Along with Black Ops 2. When you get that EMA TPT bread, you gotta make a trader scholarship. Low key, it could be a good idea. I do want to not be the guru on YouTube who tries to sell stuff. But at the same time, if I did have something that I genuinely believed in that worked and that I thought would provide value to people, it definitely could be something like to make and give to people, whether it's for free or maybe for like a small something just to make it worth my time to like put the work into it. But also the live streams are free, so people can just like come on the live and learn and everything. I heard Battlefield is losing its population already. What do you think? I haven't kept up with like the news or the drama with Battlefield. I did see a couple like thumbnails for videos saying that like they were stepping away or something. I guess one of the new updates people didn't like as much or they weren't impressed with. I don't know. I haven't looked into it too much yet. I haven't checked. Let me check Steam charts right now. See what the numbers are. I mean, it's still number 5 in the top games. Still has 200,000 players on Steam. Which is like, what is it? Where's Call of Duty? Because everyone loves to compare the two. I'm not even seeing it. I might be blind though. Next. Okay, so Call of Duty, this is crazy. Call of Duty is number 47. They have 27,000 players online right now on Steam. Crazy. How long have you been trading? 2.5 years. Have you made any profits? Yes, I have. I got how many? Like 6 payouts last year trading Apex. I got a good handful last year. This year's been a little slower. And I took like a little break, but we've gotten payouts from prop firms. A good amount. Not enough though, we need more. Long now is crazy. Yeah, Prakash should be saying go long now. $0.99 to join, then 3 months free, and then $30 a month or something. Then you start to see gains, so you do it. Nah, Brandon, gotta do everything for the free ski offer, equity and dividends. Sounds a little familiar. Is this your job or do you do other stuff too? It's like my main thing. Like obviously I wake up, trade every single day, every morning, stream, edit some videos. But I do some other stuff as well. But just for a little extra money here and there. Like I'll help my dad with stuff. And he'll pay me for it. But this is my main thing. I have 1 year of experience, but after losing 30K, I just lean the tricks. Maybe just need to learn the tricks, something like that. Yeah, 30K, not ideal to lose that much for sure. Might need to step back and learn a thing or two, or like practice, yeah. Fairest way to do things, yeah. There's a reason most valuable workers get stock and options on top of salary. Yeah, I've never had a job like that, but I have heard of like some jobs that, yeah, they'll get like some stock and stuff as like a bonus, and that's pretty cool. The key is not losing a bunch of money is to start poor. That's actually kind of true, but it's kind of funny. But hey, when you're at rock bottom, you can't go any lower, right? Well, one way to go. That's up. Oh, you're asking if I've seen plus or minus 30k payouts like in trading so far. Less than 30. Less than 30. Yeah, I was a little confused at first too. I thought you meant like positive, like up 30 or negative 30. I was like, you can't really get negative 30 unless you spend a frick ton of money on propfirm accounts and blow them all. But that would be that's a lot. That's a lot of propfirm accounts. If we say the average propfirm account is like $100, 30,000 divided by like 100, it's like 300 propfirm accounts.
Order submitted.
Alright, I might try one more bear flag. If we get this momentum back down below the EMAs, break this low. And that might be it for me. We'll see. I'm sure there's someone out there though. Someone out there has probably bought 300 evals and blown them all.
Order filled.
Dang it, it's doing the same thing again. It just wicks down a little bit and I just can't get the follow through. Yeah, I gotta let it kind of breathe, but I think it's just gonna go stop me out.
Filled.
And if I want to stop all the way up here, I'm risking like 40 points. I mean, yeah, today's just not the day. Just can't get any continuation. I mean, yeah, same thing here. Same thing here. Could have grabbed the last 15-minute. Oh shoot, didn't mean to do that. You might be right. Yeah, I don't know where that zone would have been, but that might have been it right there. I kind of stopped following it after that first one did not work out. And I've just been a little focused on this, looking for a trade, but then also some other stuff. Your entries are post the EMA move. Technically, yeah, but I'm also taking entries on the 1 minute, so it's a different setup. And this is obviously a continuation of the trend, right? We make the move, bear flag, and typically they've been working, which is why I've been taking them, but yeah, your bread and butter defeats the family. Yeah, I mean it's been working, just not today, not really this week either, too much. Bit unfortunate. Kinda not really sure. I mean, maybe it is, like you said, post the EMA move, but I feel like these trades aren't too different than ones I've taken before, but who knows? Yeah, it kind of just gets me entered and then just goes straight back up. So it's the third time in a row today. Would have been 4 if I didn't take the break even on this trade. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to keep an eye on that a little bit more. Kind of testing the lows here again. Could actually work out. But I'm already down like 750. It would be nice to make back some money, but the last thing I want is to be down $1,000 in one day. That'd be not good. Even 750 is a little heavy. Green, red. Yeah, literally. I mean, this barcode is crazy. Especially since it's like literally right after I like get in a trade too. It's like I lose my trade and then we just chop around. Same thing here, barcode right after the entry. Just crazy action today. Probably just this lack of news this week has been like I'm looking at Forex Factory. There's not a single red folder this entire week. I probably just like shouldn't have been trading or should have been really cautious trading this week. Made 250 today. Nice. Yeah, seriously, pick a side, man. We're going up now, potentially. It still looks like this is kind of a bear flag that wants to just like, it wants that break. It wants to take the lows out. But it's just like not doing it. Obviously. Yeah, there was supposed to be like CPI and stuff, but then they moved it. And now, I mean, I don't even see CPI next week unless it's just like not scheduled yet. But there's the FOMC meeting minutes next week. I don't know, we'll see. Typically though, they have like unemployment claims like on Thursdays or Fridays, but they don't this week. Kind of weird. Yeah, there's the bear flag finally doing something. Not without chopping first and stopping everybody out though. You've also elected to trade at 11 a.m. Yeah, that's fair. Definitely not ideal to trade past 11 a.m. I've still gotten away with it enough times though that like it's not it's not the most risky thing, which is why I've done it or did it today. But if you want to be like really cautious and smart, especially with days like today or weeks like this week, definitely don't want to try my luck after 11 a.m. Because yeah, another day this probably would have worked fine. I think. Yeah, that's typically my goal as well. Yeah, maybe I am forcing trades a little bit. Not sure why I would be, but I might be without even like realizing it. Because typically I don't. Like I'm fine taking a 0 trade day. Not forcing, just not giving it room. Well, I'm just following my typical risk strategy, which is only risking 12.5 points. Because again, like sometimes it's like, yeah, you need to give it a little bit of room to breathe. But also like the goal of this trade specifically is once it breaks this wick, it should break lower. That's the idea of like a bear flag. Because like even this, like, sorry, kind of my thoughts aren't the most organized, but again, it should have kind of broke, and like 12.5 points, like yeah, it's nice to like have a wider stop for more room to breathe, but also like my profit target is just as close as my stop loss, so like it should be just as easy. Like my profit target, what am I trying to say? It should be just as easy to hit it as it is my stop loss, if I'm correct in my analysis, right? Especially if this is gonna break, it should like hit my profit target in like 5 seconds or like 20 seconds. If it's more volatile, right? Don't leave a room, ATR adjustments, that's it. Yeah, so like it is a little bit more volatile today, 23 compared to normal, but like I guess it was like a 25. I don't know. Again, there's hindsight. There's things I could have done. But also, this trade did not work out. It went up. And again, like how much room do you give it? Because if you're putting your stop up here, that's kind of crazy in my opinion. But also, whatever works for you. It did get down here at the lows eventually, but yeah, like, because I got in here. If my stop loss was at the highs, would have gone stopped out. If it was at this high, I went to, but that's just a lot of risk for not very much reward, right? Unless I have my profit target all the way down here, which still not there yet. And even this trade, like it barely would have hit my profit target in here somewhere if it was 12.5 points. But like I would have had to have a stop all the way up here to stay alive in the trade. Because the original high on the trade was this wick here. And if I would have had my stop there, I would have gone stopped out still. I just would have lost a lot more money than what I did lose. ASV, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Exactly. If you increase your risk and not TP, you'll just incur larger losses. And clearly the TPs are not, like my TPs are barely getting hit, if at all. So if I had my risk all the way up here, my profit target would have had to been all the way down here somewhere. And that definitely has not gotten hit. Same with like this trade, right? Stop all the way up here. Profit target would have had to been down here somewhere. But then I would have got stopped out here. But if I had my stop up here, profit would have had to been right down here almost equally. So this is the only trade that you could have argued I could have given more room because we got stopped out to the tick, which is obviously unfortunate. So like an argument could be made that this trade had the right idea, got unlucky, should have moved my stop a little higher. But again, if my trade was as correct, just like correct off the rip, it would have just gone straight through and got my target within seconds, like it's done before. Not more room. You can argue re-entry. Yeah, that's what I'd kind of say is, because I did actually think about it. Like once I got stopped out, once we got back below my entry, it's like, oh, maybe I try that again. But obviously, I don't want to revenge trade or overtrade. And not saying that this would have been a revenge trade, but you definitely have to keep in mind that that's a possibility, especially with like just like your mental state and everything. But yeah, we're basically just chopping. So this is where we kind of broke this range, and that's why I thought we might continue lower off the bear flag. We did not. So now before I take another bear flag, I would wait for us to get below the range even more. Re-entries are fine, more risk is not, in my opinion. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Because I used to trade like even like a couple months ago, I would typically, my risk was basically based off previous highs and lows. So like on this bear flag, my entry would have been here, like normal. My stop loss would have been above the previous high, and then I would have gone for like the 1-to-1, which I think would be somewhere down here. I didn't do the actual math, I'm just looking at the rough size between the two. I think that's like 10, yeah, 28 points. So that's like over $500, which actually that's almost $600. So that's a little, again, a little risky, especially on a 50K account with only $2,000 of drawdown. You know, lose like $500 on one trade. It's not the end of the world, but like I'd probably only be able to take one of these trades a day. So if I take two, I'm down like $1,100, almost $1,200. If I were to lose two in a row, which is obviously, hopefully not what's going to happen. But then yeah, my profit target would have been down here somewhere, so it's tough. But yeah, I wouldn't take a bear flag like this unless we were not in a chop and we had a defined trend. And maybe that's where I could have waited for a better trend before this, but again, the idea was we broke these lows. We'll just use this line. We broke these lows, held the 9 EMA, built up the flag, and the idea was to come down and then push through the lows even further. Not even a big trade, small scalp, right? 12.5 points. But just like the others, we kind of wicked in and just kind of chopped, or like just couldn't get below my entry, and then we got stopped out. Kind of just been the trend today, unfortunately. But it's always good to know when to call it quits, call it a day. Don't want to lose any more money. Realistically, I probably should have stopped after that last trade. I did get that feeling that like I might be able to make one more, but just got unlucky for a third time, which is what it is. Kind of sucks though. 768, not ideal for a loss. But yeah, it looks like we are breaking structure to the upside, which could be good long. But also, I still don't know if I trust the chop until we like get above the 60s. But yeah, panel control came down, so that could be a thing. Could be a thing, and lunchtime. No one to hold them, no one to fold them. Exactly. That's the goal right there. Trying long at 15. Back up to 40-50. Alright, good luck. Alright, so far seems like you've been pretty good today. Might take it at 40. Yeah, 40's right at the, what's this called? I have to like look it up. I have like another chart that has VWAP, but then there's like the lower level of VWAP, I think. It's like the lower band of VWAP. It's right at 240. I don't know if that like means anything. I don't trade with it, but I can see it, and it's technically a thing. I'm out. Dang, like at break even probably. Unfortunate, but yeah, we're just 10 points. That's not bad. 200. I'll take 200. Oh, moved up to 25. Yeah, hard to trust that. This market in general today, I mean, it's just... We're basically just chopping now. We should have kind of been done around probably 9, just with, you know, seeing this chop and everything. But hindsight's always 20/20. On another day, this probably would have won this trade here. But yeah, we just can't really... We can't... Feels like we're just failing to make any moves here. Just, yeah, we went all the way down here, failed to continue lower, all the way up here, failed to continue higher. Luckily I didn't take like a trade up here, but yeah, no real good trend today. Bookmap tells when it's sweeping orders. It was sweeping the shorts before going lower. Yeah. Bookmap can be pretty useful. It says when it's sweeping buyers and sellers. I really like that. Yeah, that's really good stuff to to know and keep track of. And then when point of control moves, it's also a good helper. Yeah, yeah. So market just wants to go down today, I guess. Up 200, yeah. It like wants, that's the funny thing. It's like it wants to just keep going down. But literally every trade I took today was a short. And I'm down 768. I took this short, which was a loss. Took this short, which a loss. But again, that one, you could be argued that like could have given more room to breathe. But again, like we talked about, just as easy as it came up here and stopped me out, it could have just gone down and hit my profit target. So like, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Short here, break even. Short here, loss. Like, crazy. Like, it wants to go lower, but it just doesn't want to like actually go lower, if that makes sense. Off of like a decent like move or pullback. It just kind of wants to chop lower. Because even this, it's like we're setting up another bear flag potentially with the EMAs here. We took that the lows. It's like maybe we continue even lower, but no, we don't. We're probably gonna chop, maybe take the highs out and then go lower. I used to watch that guy Ross Cameron. He would be down a lot even though stock up 250%. Jeez. I've heard about him. I think I watched some of his videos and yeah, he like sounds like he knows what he's talking about. But yeah, he does seem to lose a lot of money that I've seen. Like, anyways. Ross is the goat. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. But he could be. I've only seen a couple of his videos, and I like heard people call him like a scammer or a fake guru, but I, again, haven't done my own research. I can't actually say, cannot say that he is or is not. That's serious? Okay, okay. I'll keep that in mind. In my honest opinion, late on the short, 11 a.m. trading, how much more dumping can you expect? I definitely agree with you. But I feel like from 76 down to 68, no, 66, no, 64. Anyways, I feel like from here down to here was not asking for too much, to be fair. But I do agree with you as far as the overall dumping and like the downtrend. So that definitely still plays into the fact that shouldn't have expected too much of a continuation in the shorts. But it definitely looked good to get a little more than this wick. He has 3 different playlists going from 500 to 25k. Might have to check those out. But yeah, I've heard mixed things. Obviously, like I'm sure every YouTuber gets just crap from someone, like unfortunately, and that's probably how I'll be once I get like big. Like right now, I don't think there's too many people that have complained or said much about me, which is which is good. But I'm sure there'll be someone to complain if I get like 100,000 subscribers at one point. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, the BangerTrades guy, he's full of shit." I'll have to check those videos out. Sound pretty interesting. No, I think it's valid shorts, but I think my overall dies like a battery. Yeah, especially after 11 a.m. Gosh dang it. But yeah, it is what it is. When I first started trading, Russ Cameron was the guy I followed. Nice. Okay, so he does have verified broker statements. Oh, this might be, okay. I actually have not watched any of Russ Cameron's videos. I don't think. I just looked him up and this is not the guy I was thinking of. This guy, you guys are talking about the one with the beard. The ginger with the beard, right? Yeah, like 50K followers back then. Okay. He goes by like the day trade warrior trading. He has like almost 2 million subs. Gingerbread man. Okay. What's the other guy? There's another Ross guy. Well, let me look him up. Because this guy actually might be full of crap. The other one that I'm talking about. I thought his name was Ross something, but maybe I'm totally wrong. But he's not a ginger with a beard. Not the gingerbread man. I'll find him though. The young dude? Yeah, I think he's young. He has like dark hair. He might be kind of like Hispanic. Latino maybe. What was his? I could have sworn it was Cameron or Ross or something, but I can't find him on YouTube because every time I search up Cameron or Ross, this guy comes up, which I've never even seen his videos before. Clean face. He does have a clean face. He might have a little bit of like a mustache goatee. I don't know his car though. Learn momentum trading from Russ Cameron. Loved his story. Give up everything to learn trading. Dang, sounds like the GOAT. Yeah, I wish I watched some of his videos. I'll keep looking for this other guy though. I must be tripping with like what his name was. But he's been like on my algorithm many times. Like I've seen like his face and his thumbnails. I'll definitely have to check out Ross Cameron because he sounds actually cool. Kind of followed the same path. I was almost homeless back then, trying to learn trading. Dude, that's awesome. I know I've watched some of his videos before, so I'm just looking at my trading watch history, but it's not really giving me much here. I will find it though, I'm determined. Oh, it looks like I did actually watch one of Ross Cameron's videos back in March. Income taxes for traders, step-by-step guide. That's the one I watched. Okay, I think I know how to find it. I don't know if you guys have heard of Iman trading, but he like exposes people on YouTube. I think he was part of the people that got exposed. That's why I mentioned like the controversy of him being like a fraud. Because again, I thought you were talking about someone else. Started in 2019, Ross was the OG. That's cool, that's cool. Literally every dollar I had went to trading. That's kind of where I'm at now, just like everything I got, just kind of putting into trading, just doing everything I can to make it work. Oh yeah, I wouldn't trust offshore brokers. That's why futures, I think, is the way to go. Ross ain't the fraud. Yeah. No, again, I thought you guys were talking about someone else. I actually don't remember, but it looks like I watched like half the video, maybe 3/4 of it. But also, I probably am not legally allowed to talk about like taxes and stuff. But you can check out his video and see what that says. Ross Cameron, day trading tax or income tax strategy. They find him because they don't like people promoting day trading. Damn, that's crazy. I see indicator with a divergence and a big bottom wick on the last low would have longed. Yeah, it wouldn't have been bad. Wouldn't have been bad. Sometimes I'll keep an eye on those divergences, but I don't really take trades off them. Then I follow the other dude, the other older dude. He taught me shorting market strategies. That's cool. I gathered a bunch of stuff from many people and built my own stuff. That's why I said I couldn't have a mentor. Yeah, I guess that's kind of how I've been as well. Again, I still think I would have valued a mentor in ways, but having had to learn things kind of on my own, it did result in me doing the same thing, just taking a bunch of information from every different source I could find and making something that works for me. Oh yeah, I think a fully automated momentum bot is outside most people's expertise. In the beginning, it's good to focus on one thing, get really good at it, then move to the next thing and get good at that one too. That's how I learned over the years. Yeah, it's kind of it's been me a little bit. Like I said, last year I had a strategy that worked really well. I'm tempted to go back to it just to like go back to my roots and just stick to like what worked before and just kind of adjust it a little bit because it did work very well. Obviously, had a whole month green, was getting payouts, but it just like kind of stopped working like last year around like August, September, and like around this time of year last year. I just was kind of consistently like either getting like break even months or like just losing enough that I'd blow up some accounts, and it was kind of frustrating. So I kind of switched over to some other strategies, and maybe I'll buy another, funding ticks account or something and just run that strategy like true to what it is, see what I can do with it. But I have since found some other things that I like that are good. So I want to be that ace pitcher who has 7 different pitches he uses. I think there could definitely be some value into that. Also, I think there's also value in sticking to just like one thing that works because it is like simple and it definitely like keeps you, I don't know. It's a problem that I've found, especially since I started switching strategies a little bit, is like I take trades from both strategies and then like I'd end up losing money from both. Just like on like inconvenient days, if that makes sense. Or if I just stuck to one strategy, I wouldn't have blown my account, but because I traded 2 different ones, I ended up taking like 2 losses that I normally wouldn't have taken. Blew my account type of thing. So that's where I'd say, unless you're like trading different accounts with different strategies, which is what I've been doing, that it's smart to kind of keep one strategy per account just so you can kind of take advantage of the probability of success. Yeah, I technically dislike trading. Yeah, once you follow your checklist to make money, trading is dumb. Yeah, literally. I want to make money or make enough money to help people like Mr. Beast does. Just give money away. Yeah, that'd be kind of my goal as well. Like obviously take care of myself, my family, that kind of stuff. But like with all the extra, it's like you do so much good, you know? Like humanitarian efforts, those kind of things. I mean, charities are kind of a more vague, easy thing to do, like donate to charity. But even just like kind of real things, like yeah, like exactly, like go out Walmart, give $100 to people, or just like pay for their meals. Like if every time I went to Walmart, I just like paid for the person behind me or the person in front of me. Same with like fast food or anything like that. Like I could, tip better at restaurants, that kind of stuff. Like that'd be pretty cool. Like I'd love to be in a position to do that. Just like not care about money. I don't despise money. It's just successful option trading ruined my perception of money. I don't care for it. Man, what a problem that might. What a problem that is. I want my perception of money to be ruined. Just kidding. No, there's definitely good and bad. Yeah, one day we'll have enough to give freely to those that I care about, but also just people that I don't even know, because I want to be a nice person. No, you don't, bro. Guess I'll take your word for it. Literally lived with almost no money. I'm a very simple guy. Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty similar. I live pretty below my means. Don't spend a lot. There's things that I'd like that if I had extra money or excess, I would probably buy, but my main goal or the main thing I want, because again, don't want a lot. Like, of course, I want a nice house, but I don't need like a super fancy mansion. Like, obviously, where I live, like, I probably would need like a $1 or $2 million house, just because like that's how expensive houses are here that are like big enough for families. Because like 3 bedroom houses are literally only like, not only, but they're like 400 or 500K sometimes for like a nice one with like a yard. But if I want anything more than like 3 bedrooms, it's like upwards to like 800K, a million. So it's like I'd probably want like a nice house, some good real estate, a good like a yard, that kind of stuff. Good neighborhood for my family and everything. But I wouldn't consider that like a real like greedy thing. It's just a little bit more expensive. That's just how it is. But as far as like fun greedy things that like I want to make a lot of money so I can have, it's pretty much just like a nice car because I do like cars. And one of my lists is the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. That right there that's the goal. When I have enough money to buy one of those, I'll be content. Family lost almost everything in 2008, so ever since then my mindset is very simple. Yeah, my family kind of struggled during that time too. We like lived on food stamps and stuff. Like it was pretty rough because my dad was in construction, like real estate stuff. So with the housing crash, it was pretty rough. But we survived, got out of it. Now we're doing well. But yeah, I grew up similarly where I just like we never got the newest iPhone or the newest PlayStation or anything. Like we were always a little bit behind with like new stuff coming out. Just very very simple compared to some of our friends and stuff growing up. Like even the TVs, like I'll go to like some people's houses and they have like a giant like 80-inch TV. But like we still have like 60-inch TVs in my house, I think. Like my parents' house. Like we don't have like the nicest, smart TVs and stuff. Still. And my dad still has like an Android phone. Like one of the cheaper ones that you can get. Imagine you can turn $90 into 180 in a week reliable. Outside of scaling issues, that 90 becomes kind of worthless. I guess I see what you're saying. It definitely takes away the value of the 90. Because in your mind, it's like, well, if it's not 180, it's basically nothing. Short's 200. Okay, well, 30 points short. Could be happening. Most of the time, I'm always up. I just have higher targets that sometimes aren't realistic. Yeah, I think we've all been there. We might be almost out of momentum, but we are getting a nice short off the 15-minute EMA. We kind of wicked above it, now we're below it. Could be tempting. I'm a little
Order
late.
filled.
I might kind of take it here and just kind of I don't know what the risk would be. We'll put it kind of like that or something like that. See if we just get like a little move down to these lows. 20. I guess if I go down here, it's like technically the 30 points that I might typically target. I think my biggest problem today is I'm just thrown off by this stupid chart trader not working. I can't even see my TP in my stop loss. But also, this is very typical. I've seen this like 3-4 times today. A little wick down, and then we get buck and chop above my entry and then get stopped out. Just kidding. I feel like this one's probably going to work, but point control sitting at 25. Oh yeah, we got in right at point control. So it probably is going to chop my entry. But yeah, kind of late entry. I should have gone in kind of at 230-ish. Potentially. Yeah, that's probably decent. Just kind of hold, let it do its thing. Dang, you're still trading. Oh, this is on the sim. I know the momentum's kind of gone, but we're kind of rejecting off the EMA here. I haven't been moving the zone, but I feel like I don't disagree with the zone because it definitely seems to be working kind of like it did back here. But I feel like it's definitely cleaner once we actually like touch it, like when we break into it and then like make the move down like we are now. It definitely seems to be a bit of cleaner of a move. But you're obviously more experienced with this, so I'm just saying what I'm seeing or what I've been seeing. But also I haven't seen a lot of this because I haven't been the best at like marking it. So yeah, I mean that's probably where it would have been, somewhere in there. TP's a little short. It could be. I guess based off the ATR, it is. I just put it at 30 points below, I think. Unless my math is wrong. No, that's 30. I guess if we're going based off the ATR, it's like we'll go down like we'll just do like 20. I guess I probably could have or should have gone break even. Normally I probably would have. I also didn't put my stop in the right spot, I don't think, because again, it's a 20 up to 43, technically where it should have been, if I'm risking 23 points. And then typically the target is like 30. But yeah, with the ATR being at 21, it might... Oh wait. Oh no, the ATR is still a 77 on the 15 minute. I was looking at the 1 minute ATR. So 77 times 0.75. So technically, based off the strategy that we talked about, oh, you said lower, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, technically the TP should be down 50 points. It should be like 71. But this is, I think, where the stop would technically be. 1.3 larger. Yeah. 1.3 larger, but also you mentioned like 75% of the ATR, which the 15-minute ATR is a 77. So that means 75% of that is 57. So that means the target would be at the lows, I think. Again, this is why I don't have the take profit trader account yet, because I'm just like playing around with it. I'm like, okay. Where's the profit target? Where's the risk? Gotta keep my eye on the RSI a little bit. Maybe should have gone break even, but also like it might just be a loss. Who knows? the set values are simpler. Yeah, they are. And that's why like I've been kind of just sticking with like the 23 to 30. Like this would be 23 and then 30 would be like 21. It'd be like 91. It'd be like down here. That would just be kind of a set value. And the trades that I have won on stream doing this have been just like this, just like set 23, 30, and then just like let it do its thing. Maybe go break even if we get past like 60% of it. Yeah, I almost stopped out, but here's the move down. So I probably would go break even here just based on how I trade, but I know some might just kind of hold it to see what happens. But of course, momentum isn't the best right now, so we probably get stopped out here.
Stop filled.
If HR is high, you'll shoot through the TP and can hold for RSI. Gotcha, gotcha. So HR is relatively high. But yeah, that's kind of how the price action has been today. We make a move. No, not the break even stop. Okay, if it goes back up, I'll get back in. Just so we can continue the trial.
Order submitted.
But like I was saying, that's typically what I would do when we get close to my profit target like that. Because we were like what, 4 points away. If we get 4 points away and we reject all the way back up to the entry, I'd rather take a break even than risk the loss. But obviously that's more for my strategies, not yours. So you're saying you would have scaled right here somewhere, possibly. We'll try it again. We'll try it again if we get back up there. Yeah, I think the better entry would have been like up here somewhere as well. This isn't bad, kind of close below the 21 EMA on the 1 minute. Gotcha. Yeah, you'd scale instead of going break even. So this is why we practice. Yeah, like I said, hard not to take the break even, but also with a trade like this, it does seem like it's just gonna probably keep going down, which is why I should not have done that. But with how it's kind of bouncing and moving today, this is a market order strat. Yeah, that's what my original entry was, the market order. I'm just putting the limit here, so that way I can get like this a similar entries before, so we can just pretend like I never got out. But yeah, technically, if I did it correct, I would have still been in, would have scaled down here. Hopefully, it wouldn't have gone stopped out and then continued it. But I mean, definitely correct me if I'm wrong. So that would have been kind of around my target there
Order
in the
canceled.
90 area. Unless I moved it down further, yeah, the TP would have been hit. Yeah, I'm curious, because if I did mark it in down here, it did have a decent pullback up here of like 20 points. So I wonder if I would have gone stopped out. That's true, could have held for the RSI. Which, with this momentum we're starting to get, would have been definitely a smart move. Oh, there you go. Did not manage the trade correctly, but that was kind of the idea. And like you said as well, that kind of first move with a chop, you can't really expect it. So probably could have waited for the second kind of pullback and then the move. And then that would have been like a much better short kind of in here somewhere. And then that would have been really clean, really easy to scale. See, I'm learning, chat. I'm learning. Yeah, second move here, butter. But this first one, 20 down to 04. Again, if I scaled, I probably would have gone stopped out for sure. If I didn't scale, I wouldn't have gone stopped out because my stop was up here. Barely missed it. But then if I scaled in down here somewhere, I might have survived, might have gone stopped out. Definitely not quite as clean. But if my original entry was same spot, but just over here instead, I guess it still would have had this little bounce up here, back to break even. But again, it might have scaled, might have definitely a lot cleaner. Dang, a little bit past my normal time though. I've been streaming a little longer than normal, but we've obviously been having a good time. It's been a good stream, but I do need to go edit some videos and eat some lunch. So thank you all for watching. AQ, hello, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, I'm about to call it a day, but I'll be back tomorrow for Friday. Hopefully, I have a good Friday tomorrow. I can make some money. Hopefully, you made some money today. If not, tomorrow will be better. I have a feeling. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're new, definitely give me a follow. Check out my YouTube channel, subscribe. Appreciate the support. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.